one of the things that it seems has backfired against Trump is his choice of vice president.
Jesus Christ.
Because J.D. Vance has came out and just
foot and mouth every time he talks.
Every single time. And, from first, and again, like when you nominate somebody, they start pulling those clips. And the first clip that people pulled was this clip where he talked about childless cat ladies. Do you have that clip for us, Farouk?
Look, what I was basically saying is that we're effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made. And so they want to make the rest of the country miserable too. And it's just a basic fact. You look at Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, AOC, the entire future of the Democrats is controlled by people without children. And how does it make any sense that we've turned our country over to people who don't really have a direct stake in it? Look,
Miracle, you don't. I guess like your own life is in this thing.
What were you about to say? Finish that question.
I was gonna ask you, as somebody with all three of you all don't have children. I'm gonna start with you, like I normally do.
Who don't have children?
Oh yes, right. So yes, that might be a spoiler. For people
Stop.
Watch the show before.
I'm gonna bring it back.
Right, but wait, hold up. He also said, I have nothing against cats, but he said the Democratic Party has become anti-family and anti-child. So the idea that because you don't have a child, right, that you don't have a stake in the future of like your own life isn't the same. But I was just gonna say, as somebody
Pete
don't have a child.
Buttigieg has 2 children, and the fact that he's saying that he doesn't is an indication that they do not see queer families
as
families, as having
Yes.
a stake or contributing to society.
Yes.
Now, since when we talk about what's going on with my body and the fact that I don't want to push out a parasite,
what?
Let's go. And just have this conversation, Jasiri. Like, dang.
Oh, wow.
What I will say is I care greatly about the future of my livelihood and my friend's livelihood. And I care greatly about being a part of a collective community that's a part of being Black and having Black liberation theology that believes in the collective and believes in the village and believes that like we are all tied and bound together. So, you know what? Would it be really bad if I popped up pregnant and like,
oh yeah, that'd be hilarious.
My child's like, oh, I'm a parasite.
Oh no, I mean,
like a few years.
That would be crazy.
But anyways, no. But I love other people's children, and I'm glad other people have children and brings them love and support into the world. But no, like, do I not live here? Do I not have to eat and be on the streets? And do I not have to like grow old? Like, why would I not care about like what is going on in the world?
And also, I would just say, also, like, just because you don't have a child now, don't mean that you might not.
Don't be speaking stuff on me, Jasiri.
No, I'm just saying. Or you may adopt. I mean, there's all other things. There's other ways that
I have so many queer kids. That's fine. I collect. I have a whole collective. Yes, I love being the auntie.
Yes.
But please stop, because now you're talking my mother and my grandma just had conversation with me on Monday. So
hopefully you're not watching the show, Mom and Grandma.
So a conversation that I've been having a lot with, people of my age group is the morality of having children in a world like this. It's like, is it even moral at this point to birth a child into this system?
I mean,
what I'm saying?
that's
it's
a great question.
And if you have a stake in the future of this country, then you know that like it's kind of a shit show.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Not even kind of.
And
yes.
you don't even need to have children to be invested in it. You know
Correct.
What I'm saying? It's
Correct.
like we invest in it with our tax dollars, even though we don't even know where it's going, and we don't get to approve where they spend our money.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we don't need kids to be invested in this shit. Like y'all made us invest in this shit from the moment we were born.
No, but I think you do make a great point, right? Because it's like, what is the future of this country? Mm-hmm. And if you look at how Right. Well, no, I'm just saying, if you look at how the United States has been operating, particularly with foreign policy, if you look at like the state of the world, right? I mean, literally, like it's wild because you're JD Vance. On one hand, you're talking about being invested in the future of this country, but on the other hand, like you're denying climate change. So like, then what does the future look like for my children if you're denying climate change? It, like you said, if that child says, you know, I want to be queer, I want to be, you know, bi, I want to be trans, you don't want a future for that child in that capacity. Obviously, we're going to have black children. You want to roll back these protections. You've already said that, right? Anything we get, you know, that's the other critique on Kamala, right? Anything black people get is DEI, you know what I'm saying? So it also will be interesting to see Trump in front of these black journalists. Are all these people DEI hires? Are they only here because they're black? And this, are you going to push back on that? And so if you're somebody that's black and you're talking to a JD Vance, it's like, if you're going to be in charge of my future, do I want to even bring children into this world?
Facts.
I mean, to me, that's a great point to make. Farouk, he also said that if you're childless, your vote, should you even be able to vote? Can you pull that clip up?
When you go to the polls in this country as a parent,
Yes. Come on.
you should have more power.
Yes,
You
JD.
should have more of an ability to speak your voice in our democratic republic than people who don't have kids. Let's face the consequences and the reality. If you don't have as much of an investment in the future of this country, maybe you shouldn't get nearly the same voice. Now, people will say,
Not 3/5
and I'm sure
voting
Yes, not
again.
3/5.
Atlantic and the
Yes.
Washington Post and all the usual suspects will criticize me about this in the coming days. Well, doesn't this mean that non-parents don't have as much of a voice as parents? Doesn't this mean
Yes.
that parents
Exactly
get a
what it
bigger
means.
say in how our democracy
Yes,
functions?
exactly.
Yes.